we're in action.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, guys? So I'm gonna try this again. So this is kind of like the Sunday morning banter, but it's actually 12:30, so it's kind of Sunday afternoon. So I had a couple people say what we should kind of talk about, and one of them was what games we think should be either remastered, remade, or continued that haven't been continued. I personally would like to see Silent Hill redone, maybe as an HD remaster, like they're doing the Resident Evil 2 now. But obviously we know with all the issues with Konami and everything, it's gonna be next to impossible to see. I would obviously like to see a new Silent Hill game on the new systems, since PT crashed and burned after the whole separation with Konami. With Kojima. But aside from that, I don't really know, because I'm into horror games and there's not much in the horror franchise. I mean, I like to see like
Evil Within 2 you grabbed, right?
Yeah. The Evil Within 2 was great. So I'm sure there'll probably be an Evil Within 3 eventually, but probably not till next gen. What about you, Grant? What would you like to see remade?
Remade?
Or continued?
Continued. Skate 4. I've been waiting for the Skate 4 game forever now. They're not, looks like, I don't know. There was rumors about it going into E3, but it fell apart. I like fighters, brawlers or whatever, so I think Streets of Rage would be a really cool, nothing like over the top like 3D, 2D. That would be cool. And then like Super Metroid, something in that style, but like bigger and more in depth. I know they just did the Samus Returns for the 3DS, which I have and haven't played yet. But, oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a couple more.
Don't mind me catching the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really think, because I mainly play my PS4, and I'm a big Fallout guy, but Fallout 76 is coming out in October or November, whatever. Either way, it's coming out later this year. I've already done my pre-order for that. I can't really think of, like, and I thought about this ahead of time. What do I want remade or continued? Oh, you know what I would love to see continued or remastered, but it's not going to, since Visceral Games was basically dismantled, is the Dead Space series.
Now, does EA still own the license to it?
Yes, so EA still owns basically the rights with Visceral Games and everything, but they took them apart. So Visceral Games doesn't actually exist anymore. But EA could either sell the rights or make it under the EA title, which I'd be alright with. But Dead Space was a great series all the way through, and I was really sad when they got rid of it.
Cold-hearted.
Yeah. Destroying my dreams.
And Amy Hennig, the behind the Uncharted series, she got kicked off of Uncharted 4 and then started with Visceral on the Star Wars game, and then years into that she got kicked off of that after they closed down the so that's another shitty situation with the Visceral thing.
Well, we'll eventually come back to this topic. So something else I kind of want to touch base on is, in one of my videos, a subscriber basically, I don't know if he's a subscriber or not, or if he's just somebody that watched the video, basically said he hates the type of collector I am, which would also mean that everybody else is, because we don't pay full retail when people are asking for items.
We wouldn't have the collections we have if we didn't try to get a couple dollars off.
Yeah, so basically, like, you guys know, if you go to a flea market, you're gonna try to haggle. Somebody says $3 a piece, you say 2 for $5. $1 can go a long way at a flea market. But when you go to like the video game stands, like in Raynham we have Mr. 80s, and then we have with Taco and they're gonna tell you, hey, 25 bucks for this. Okay, you always gotta counter. You don't take the first offer. Pretty much any way it goes. That's like the number one thing in going to flea markets. You don't take the first offer. Like, we hit up a couple yard sales today after going to Seekonk, and basically the guy's like, make me an offer, and I ended up finding out that my offer would have been higher than what he wanted for the item. So, I mean, we ended up making out, but I mean, you know, you got to feel people out. People pay retail, sure. That's why it's there, so you have a starting point.
Do you ever get the people that are offended when they have something at eBay and they tell you the eBay price, and then you can't even counter because you're not going to get anywhere with the deal, and then they get mad at you because you're not coming with a counter? You know what I mean? Because you, instead of like save face and just keep going, or argue back and forth that he's got eBay and you're not even going to be close to get the deal done. So you just let that one slide and you walk away.
Yeah. The other thing is, we're not getting our asses out of bed at 5:45 in the morning to pay eBay prices at a flea market. Like, when last week a guy had a lot of games for $175. There's a yard sale for like 10 games.
Want to turn around?
I don't know. So I mean, that was, you know, the guy wouldn't even piece it out. He wouldn't budge on his price. So stuff like that kind of stinks. But, you know, so is life. So we'll be right back.
We're going to have a quick intermission because it's a yard sale.
We're hitting a yard sale real quick. All right, guys, so we're back. Stopped at that yard sale and made a nice little connection. The guys do, you want to turn here?
Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus.
They do cleanouts apparently, which is cool. And they took my number. I got their card, so I can, I don't know how often, I should have asked them, but I should have hit them up.
Shoot him a call in a week.
Yeah, I'll probably give it, like, check back in with them over the weekend, and just see how that goes. But making connections with guys, he said he's got a bunch of Dreamcast stuff, Genesis stuff. So that was a nice come across. Appreciate that. I don't even remember actually what we were talking about beforehand. Yeah, so
you left you a nasty message.
I gotta get a thing for this to sit on. Whatever. Yeah, so my battery died. But so the whole reseller thing, I think we touched base on that enough. But basically, you gotta haggle. It's part of yard selling and flea marketing 101. Like, we just went there. A guy wanted me to pay 15 bucks for some stuff. I offered him 12 and he took it. It's just the way you do it. So you can't get mad when people negotiate. You know, you don't go in and pay full retail for a car, do you? No, you try to get the best deal possible. I mean, yeah, you can't walk into Walmart and Target and be like, hey, I'll give you $100 for that $200 TV. That's not gonna happen, you know. But there's places that it's made to be negotiation. So yeah, so that leads me into my final point for the day is, you know, yard sale and flea market etiquette. Now, I've been doing this this will be my 3rd summer, and you learn as you go. You really do. You got to make connections.
Trial by fire.
Yeah, it is. It's trial by fire. You got to make connections with people. You got to be friendly. You can't be that douchey guy who goes in thinking they know everything, because that's not going to get you anywhere. If you can be friendly with people, they'll start giving you deals if you go back time and time again.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something I've done, and I've gotten some good deals with people because we're friendly with them. And, you know, we joke with them. And I've actually made friends out of a couple sellers there. So I'd say first and foremost, be friendly. And if I'm walking around with a camera on my chest, I gotta be friendly because people are gonna approach me asking what I have a camera for.
Which didn't happen today. Normally you get a couple people. Not one person said anything about the camera today.
Yeah. Which was a little bit odd, but I think a lot of people know me by now. From going to the, Seekonk, Radom and whatnot. Obviously I don't wear it at yard sales.
Really
this guy just pulled out in front of you.
Wow.
Way to go, Postal Service dude.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, that guy just almost killed everybody. Great. Applaud the U.S. Postal Service. So, second point would be, bring the cash you're willing to spend. Now, I've been doing enough buying and selling and adding to my collection where on a weekly basis I have a decent amount of cash on me. So I can drop some money to make money. Like, I will buy a lot sometimes just to keep 1 or 2 items and sell the rest. Don't be afraid to buy entire lots, keep what you want and sell the rest to get your money back and then some.
That's what I just did with the that Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I got Contra 3 and Mortal Kombat 3 for free. Packaged up the rest of the deal and someone bought it for the same price I bought it for.
So
they were happy with it.
My whole point of this summer is to make basically everything that I'm keeping free. Now, yeah, I need to get back on the horse and sell more. Does that make me a reseller? Sure. Does that make me a douche reseller? No.
According to that guy.
Yeah, according to some people. But, guys like, Reen Bean chasing after the right price, my boy Tight White. Tight White for sure. It's what we do. It's how we make our games free. Your whole collection should be cheap. If you want to pay retail, that's on you. I'm not going to bash anybody that wants to pay full price for stuff. Not a problem. So don't be afraid to buy lots to get what you want for free. Point number 3, you gotta get up early. You gotta put in the time. We get up, like I was up this morning at 5:45. Grant was at my house right around 6 o'clock, and we were in line to go into the flea market at 6:30. So you got to do it. I'm up on Saturday mornings when I don't have to be. I don't have to be up on Sunday mornings. But it's that drive to find that possible,
And don't get discouraged if you don't find anything. Because it's going to happen.
You're going to go weeks where, you guys have seen my scores. One week you're going to have something awesome. And the next week you're not going to find anything. You could go multiple weeks without finding anything good. You could go multiple weeks with scoring galore. So, but your better chances to find something is in the morning. Obviously, first thing. We've done it time and time again where we've walked up and, found stacks of NES games for like $3-4 a piece, which is great. And it's had some good titles in it. There was a time last summer you guys saw when I got that Bomberman box for $7.
That turned into
Earthbound. And so in the grand scheme of things, Earthbound cost me $7. There's been another time I got Valkyrie Profile on the PS1 for $1. That's a $100 game.
And the guy was happy with it, selling it for $1.
Exactly.
So if the buyer and the seller are both happy with the exchange, go on with your day.
Yeah, so, it is what it is. Sometimes you're going to find killer deals. Other times you're going to find, full price eBay stuff sitting on the table. And you know what? Don't feel bad about walking away. Because, you know what? The guy can just go home and sell it later on eBay and then lose his 10% fees and his 5% basically PayPal fees. But, I don't know. Is there any other points we should make?
I think you covered most of it.
Yeah, just etiquette-wise, like I said, be friendly. Don't be afraid to spend money and be early.
And don't spend over your limit.
Yeah.
That can become a problem too. If you're that desperate to find something, you stop buying shit because you just want to buy something. If there's nothing there, it's not in your price range, wait till the next time.
If you're hesitant about it, walk away. Come back later on. Don't be afraid to walk away. That's a big point. Just because you're hemming and hawing over something, you know what? Some of the best times I've gotten deals is when you start to walk away and someone calls you back being like, all right, I'll take this offer.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what's going on here?
I don't know if it's an accident or someone got pulled over.
Whoop, whoop. Popo.
No, he pulled someone over.
Yeah. So that basically, that's gonna wrap it up for this first, possibly second edition of Sunday Morning Banter. I definitely threw out the idea of calling it Two Guys in a Car, but that sounds...
Yeah, but that almost sounds like Two Guys in a Cup. And that's just wrong.
That sounds kind of pornish. So we're going to leave that one on the back burner. But this is the first time we're doing this, so definitely I'll take any feedback whatsoever. Do you guys like this? Do you not like it? Do you want us to incorporate something else when we do this? But yeah, so that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. Say bye, Grant. Bye, Grant. So as always, like, subscribe, comment, share. Please give me comments on this video to let me know what you think, and I will see you guys soon. All right, peace out.
Doodles.